We begin tonight with Metro Detroit mourning the loss of a civil rights giant. The Reverend Jesse Jackson has passed away at the age of 84. Welcome to 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Mike Duffy. Thank you for joining us. Reverend Jackson inspired generations. He visited the Motor City in Michigan countless times. And 7 News Detroit was there, from Aretha Franklin's funeral to leading a march for Flint's water crisis.
Last hour, we heard from the Reverend Dr. Wendell Anthony, who calls Jackson a mentor, a friend, and a giant in the movement.
His life should be studied in schools. How to do it as an activist. I cannot enumerate all the things that he freed people who were locked up overseas. He brought African nations closer to this nation, talked about what we were not doing there.
Now at 6, 7 News Detroit reporter Christiana Ford is sharing stories from 2 Metro Detroiters whose lives were touched by Jesse Jackson.
From visits to churches like this one to the auto industry and the friendships he made here, Reverend Jesse Jackson's impact can be traced across Detroit. To many, Reverend Jesse Jackson was a civil rights giant. To attorney Elliot Hall,
well, he was a dear friend.
Hall says back in the 80s, Reverend Jesse Jackson came to Detroit often and he got to know him well working for Ford Motor Company. Reverend Jackson worked to advocate in the automotive space, pushing equity and access.
Jesse came in to help us enhance minority dealers across the United States. At that time, they didn't have many black and women dealers in the automobile industry.
And he says when Reverend Jackson spoke, he saw firsthand powerful people listened.
Martin Luther King dealt with the civil rights piece of it, where to eat, where you could live. Jesse brought the economic piece of it.
But visits didn't stop there. Over the years, he came back visiting friends and several churches, including Elliot's, when his pastor died.
Jesse came in to honor him and to speak at his service. So he was known by the religious community in Detroit, and he came at their invitation for many occasions.
From Detroit to overseas, photojournalist Monica Morgan had a front row seat to history from the lens of her camera.
And it was just amazing to see how everyone gravitated towards him.
The place she remembers most is the time she spent following him in South Africa, attending the state funeral and memorial events for Nelson Mandela. At first, there were no planes going.
Reverend Jackson was just calm about most things. He knew what he wanted. He knew how to get it. And just to be there and see him through the lens of my camera and capture and document those moments was amazing, because I saw him in front of the camera as well as behind the camera.
And his legacy lives on through the people he's touched and the memories she helped capture.
We have just lost such a leader and an icon. There'll never be anyone to replace him.
Christiana Ford, 7 News Detroit.
Certainly well said. Such a giant. Thank you so much, Christiana.